recording. Okay, so that confirms it. Okay, so I'll just get the show started immediately. So good evening, everybody, and I hope you guys had a good week and also restful one as well. So for me, I was able to rest well and I was able to gather some more information for us to use for this training. I'll just start. So the reason why I wanted us to, because this was supposed to be week 7, and for week 7, if we look at our program, week 7 is supposed to be basically for just AI image creation. Week 6, which was last week, was supposed to be for the AI video generation, but somehow we could not take that class. So, and I thought that since we already have because for you to be able to generate a very good video using AI, it's always important for you to have a good image reference first. So that way, you know that your characters will stay consistent and you'll be able to get the best out of the AI. So I thought, okay, why not just put both together so we can kill two birds with one stone, since we'll still look into image creation as well. So that's the reason why I'll be taking both of them together in this class. And as always, if you have any question, please feel free to stop me at any point in time to ask, and I'll be more than happy to answer the questions. Okay, so I just am pulling up my slide now. So it's basically called the AI Video Director Masterclass, but I also include images as well. I'll just walk through some of the important things we need to understand first, more like the basics for video and image generation. Then we'll go into practical session. So let me move to the next slide. So the most important thing about this class is just for you to be able to understand how to direct your AI to generate the best of what you want them to generate, not just to describe. You need to be able to have a character that has consistency in them. If you need to create multiple shots or multiple scenes, you need to also be you also be able to create your own custom GPT, because I prepared a template for us to, so everything that we're going to discuss. Just a moment, let me just say who's at the door. Thank you. Okay, so that was Amazon. Okay, so for I prepared everything we're going to talk about. I had to put it into a prompt or an instruction sort of, so we can use that to create our own custom instruction, so be able to create a better image to help us create a video. You can either do that on Claude or you can do that on ChatGPT as a custom GPT. Then we'll also be able to build the perfect and references. We'll also be able to master the 3 best at the moment when it comes to video generation. So you're talking about Seedance 2.0, Kling 3.0, and also Veo 3.1, which is also under the hood running Gemini only. Then we'll also look at lastly how people are making money with creating video, what we should look at, what we should avoid, because at the moment, most people creating video are trying to make money on YouTube with it, and YouTube is trying to cut down what they call AI slop. Most people just created content without adding their own personal touch and feel to it. So we also try to avoid those things. So in case you start creating video you want to post on YouTube, you won't just be wasting your time, and at the end they'll demonetize, or you won't be able to get into the partner program. Okay, so what we want to understand is to be a director and not a describer. So basically, I don't want to run through all the slides. So we want to get to where we need to do a hands-on. So I want us to look at these 5 levels of AI video prompting. And I think I said in one of our chats, our training from day one has been more like a sequential progression sort of. So it's important to understand week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5 to week 6, because most of them are connected. So that's the reason why I'm bringing in prompting at the moment, because like somebody asked them this afternoon, Is there a way to, is there an app for us to be able to get a consistent character or consistent creation in our video creation? So, but it's not about the app. It's more of the prompting, more of what you tell the AI. So AI video creation has not gotten to that level yet to be able to give you just on the first shot to get the best out of what you're asking for. You either need to prompt it more or change the prompting or create another video. So that's how you get the best. So we need to look at the 5 levels of AI prompting or AI video prompting. First, the idea, the structure, the reference, the leverage, and also the pipeline. So once you understand these 5, it will be a lot easier for you to be able to manipulate and create the type of video you would want to. So, okay, so for the idea, this is the starting point. So you can just tell AI exactly what you want. Just have an idea of what you want to do. And let's say the idea of what you want is, let's say you have an image and you want the AI to create a video of something happening at the background, or you want the character to do some certain things. So that's just the idea of what you want. You need to have that idea first to tell the AI to do something like that. Without that idea, you won't be able to come up with a better prompt. So that is also one thing we need to have in mind. The next one is the second level, which is the formula. So now this formula, I think we talked about this during our prompting. You can either prompt AI with just a simple text, just a natural language. AI will still understand. But if you want to get the best out of AI when it comes to prompting, you need to be in JSON format, which is more like a Markdown. JSON formats helps AI to understand better because that's the language they originally speaks. So if you give them this kind of format, they'll understand it. What you're passing across will be much more detailed or much more to what you want compared to what you're giving them on a natural language. So I'd like us to just try this. So what I usually do is that if I'm creating any prompt or like a custom instruction, what I will do is just I'll copy the prompt. I'll give it to maybe ChatGPT or any other AI LLM, and I'll tell them to convert it to JSON format or to Markdown. So let me just open ChatGPT. Let's just run this test. So this one looks tiny. I hope you guys can see this clearly. So let me just say, please convert the prompt to format. Prompt attached. Let me see if it's going to say that. Okay, so another thing is that I'll take the same prompt and I'll try and generate something with it. And let's compare both. So if I minimize this, and so some people say they were unable to get flow access for the free premium plan. I didn't know that plan was meant to expire very soon. But the thing is that if you already have it, you can still try. But if you don't have it, you can always still use Gemini to try. But just that you need to be able to use, I think you need to be on the paid plan for it to be able to use 3.1. If you don't have the paid plan, you might not be able to do that. So let me just go to new project. I usually do my generations on the Flow app because it's a lot better. And they also have this agent feature that we can also explore as well. So let me just let me see what ChatGPT has come up with. Okay, so this is the JSON format. Let's do the setting first before we generate. And this is just one. Yeah, it's been attached. Okay. So I just want to compare like a plain prompt and also a prompt using JSON format so we can see the difference. So yes, approve. Okay, I also like I told you guys yesterday that for those that don't have access to that, the free version or the free paid plan for Gemini, there is an alternative that you can use for free to get maybe Seedance. And this is it. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this and put it on the chat for those that would want to just try and access it now. So let me see what this comes up with. We get to generating. So if you want to access this, let me say if you go to this bytes, this is the landing page that you would see. So once you see this page, it's coming up. And let me just scroll down to where we need to be. So, okay, so you need to go to click on Dreamina Seedance 2.0. Then it will bring you to a page that looks like you're supposed to pay for it, but you click on Start Now. So coming up, so once it comes up, you click on Start Now. So once you click on Start Now, it should ask you to log in, like to log in with your Gmail account. So you can just log in with your Gmail account and you'll see the option to select different Seedance models that you can use. So this page is currently available in your region. Okay, so the reason why it's saying that, because I'm using a US VPN, so let me just close the VPN and let me refresh the page. Now, this is the page you see. So you have the option to generate any amount of video. But what you need to go to Playground first of all. Go to Playgrounds. So from Playground, you can select different models that you want to use and continue. So you see the option to generate reference image. You'll see different settings. But I'll get back to this. Let me see what flow. So this is what flow gave us from that. Now this is the plain English or the natural language prompting. Let's use the markdown prompting to see what we'll get. So if I still paste this and send it. So let's see what we'll get. And let me go back to Dreamina. So from here, once you've created an account, you'll be able to select any of the model. Seedance 2.0, Seedance 2.05, Seedance 1.5, 1.0. So, but for Seedance 2.0, I think they give I think it's about About 2,000 credit or so. So they'll give you some credits for you to be able to generate enough videos. So once that credit finishes, you can switch to 1.5 Pro, which is also very good, but not as good as 2.0, but also very good for you to use and generate as many as you want to. So that's one option on how to use these models for free. And you can do your generations here. And once you generate anything, it comes with this AI generated watermark on it, which you can always remove anytime you want to. And you also have the option to generate images as well. You click on this image tab. You can generate images, you can generate storybook, comics, you can change the aspect ratio. So as much as you want to. So with this, from here, you can do basically everything you want to do on Google Gemini Omni if you don't have access to that. Or if you don't want to pay for a platform like Higgsfeed that is very expensive, you can use that as well. So that's the option you get. So for those that want to try it and they don't have access to the paid one, try something like this. So while we're waiting for this to give us the second version of that video, let's look at a slide. So basically, the most important thing about, okay, Cleopatra, go ahead with your question. Is it a question? Okay, please go ahead.
Is there any difference whatsoever between this particular option, the free option, and what we're going to get on Higgsfield, or even the Seedance itself, or Care? Is there any difference at all? Anyone, even no matter how little, is there any difference?
If you're comparing with Higgsfield, the only difference with Higgsfield is that Higgsfield is just like a platform. Jason, stop. I'll go upstairs now. Higgsfield is just like a platform where you have different video generation options. Like you can create marketing campaign, different things on the platform. It's just like an all-in-one suite for video creation and image generation as well. This does not have much difference. You can do the same thing here, but the only difference I think I can see is if you select, you can do referencing, you can reference image, reference video, reference audio. I think aside from Higgsfeed being a very big one with different options for you to do different things, it's still the same with this. So I don't really think you can find much difference, because Seedance as a model, or Seedance 2.0 as a model on its own, gives you different options to add video to your generation, to add audio, to add images, and all those references. Any other platform that will give you Seedance, or that is charging you to use Seedance, will also give you that option. So I think it's basically the same thing. It's just that here maybe you're limited to number of generation you can do based on the token you're given, and on Higgsfeed it's still the same thing. And I won't say Higgsfeed is faster, because this generation is also fast. Because normally if you see free things like this, it takes forever for you to generate one video. You hear that they'll tell you that you're probably like 1,000 on the queue. But from here, it's basically not too slow. It's quite okay to generate video here. So I don't think there's much difference compared to what you get from Higgsfeed. So it's basically the same thing. So that's just it. Tolu, you have a question?
Yes, and sorry, I might need to take you back a little bit. So I've just clicked on the link you shared on the chat box, and I believe that link is to the page you're currently on. So when I clicked on it, it took me to the plan page, and I heard you saying that it's supposed to be free. Sorry, I just joined the meeting, so I might have missed some context. So
okay,
could you please walk me through on how to, am I supposed to click on the start now?
Yes, click on start now.
And then I register.
Then you have to, I think, create an account with your Gmail. Just more like to sign up to register, something like that. So once you've done that, it should bring you to this page.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. So let me see. Okay, now, this is our first video with the natural language. And this is our second video with the Markdown, with the JSON format. Let's see. So if you can see, the difference is quite clear compared to this. And this one, at the point it was removing its tie, then the tie magically tied back. So from here, so I'm not sure if there's like a magnet on the tie. It was moving the tie, and the tie magically tied back, and it turned and looked at the train. So this generation, this is still very good, but compared to this, so this, you can see the details. It's much more accurate compared to the other one. So that's the difference when you use like a natural language prompting. So it is important for us to understand how effective prompting is. AI understands AI language more compared to natural language. Natural language is human spoken word. I remember when AI was still at its infant stage. Then it was all about prompting it in a way they understand better. So most of the prompting then we give to AI was basically about either JSON format or Markdown format. You hardly use natural language. But at the point AI started improving to the extent that they understand natural language. You speak to them in a simple like chat pattern, they understand, they respond back to you. But they still have not gotten to that level of understanding it well, the way human being understands. So that's why it's better for you to be able to use JSON and prompt it well. That way you get the best results from it. And also always remember to include these styles. You should include them. Subjects important. Who are you talking about? The action. What is that person doing? The environment. What is happening around there? Camera angle, the style. So all this will give you a perfect cinematic look when you generate a video. So that's the second level we should have in mind. And the third one is the reference control. So this is where I talked about we need to also look at image generation as well. Because if you really want to have full control of your video creation, you need to be able to give it something to reference, something to be able to use as a reference. And that is where the image comes in. So image, you need to make sure it locks the face, so it does not change the face. And also the wardrobe, the dressing, how it looks entirely. And look at the transfer, the camera movement. How does the camera appear on the face? Or how does the camera appear to the character or to the subject? You can also include audio as a reference. You can also include video. You can also include text. So these are the references you give to help you get a better production. If we go back to, so if I close this, from here we can add different references and what we want to generate. But let me go back to our platform. So this also gives us the option. We'll see, it says add image, you can add video, you can add audio, and then you add text to wrap it all up. So all these things will act as references to what you want to generate. Ephraim, go ahead with your question, please.
I think you should share the prompt so that we'll try it on this 2.0, so the free one. All right.
Okay. Okay, that prompt, right? Yeah. So let me go back to ChatGPT. So what I just did was just to tell ChatGPT to expand on the prompt, or to convert the prompt to a JSON format. But let me put it on the chat. So the whole idea is that, and Davidson, I'll come to you shortly. Let me just quickly explain this. So the whole idea is just for you to be able to know how to do these things to generate the type of prompt that will give you a better result. That's why I did not generate the prompt before this class started. I had to say, okay, let me just wait till the class starts so we can see how I get this type of prompting. So what you need to do whenever you want to create a video, just if you want to create an image first or a video, whatever it is, just make sure the AI or you contact or you give it to ChatGPT or any other AI that you use, tell them to convert it to a JSON format. But not to worry, because the instruction, I'll give us an instruction that we can use to create a custom GPT. So all this will be included in it, and you'll be able to get the kind of results you want from it. So look at that once I finish with this presentation slide. Okay, Davidson, go ahead with your question.
Thank you so much. Good evening, all. Well, you have talked it a little bit, but what I want to ask, apart from, so what you are trying to tell, what you are telling us is that whatever we are doing with AI, both video or image or maybe writing a blog or anything, you need to convert, for you to get the best out of it, you need to convert it either to JSON or Markdown.
Because that's the language they understand better. It's just like, for instance, if I go to, if I'm in Nigeria now, for instance, and I want to, let's say I go to my village and I meet people that can speak, let's say, Pidgin or normal English. If I speak my language to them, they'll understand me better. If I meet, let's say I meet somebody from my town in this UK and I speak my language to that person, the person will be happy and they'll understand me better. So I think that's just the same way it works, because that is the language that AI understands better. So once you speak that language to them, they can flow. It's not like if you speak English to an Igbo man or to, I go to my village, speak English to them, they won't understand, they will. But for the fact that you're speaking their language, speaking their mother's tongue, they will understand better and they'll be able to give you the best results. So that's just the way I want to look at it. So that's basically it. Whatever you're doing, just make sure that you might not always want to start converting to Markdown or to JSON, but it's always best to do that. You'll still get the good results if you do in a natural language, but it's better once you have a Markdown to it. So let's see. Okay, so what I'll do, let's go back to the slide and see where we stopped. So now we are this row. And now another thing is that especially if you're working with Seedance always use, if you can see this, they always use this @ sign to reference. Also, these guys also do it as well. If I click on this, if I type @ here, so it'll give me different option of what I want to reference. So most times this video generation tools, they do that. Let's say, let me look for something that I can reference. Nothing here. So let's say I want to reference this. Jason, I have voice again, you go upstairs. So let's say I want to reference this. Just click on this. So automatically it has reference with the name of that image. So if you want to add different things to your generation, and let me see if I can find something else. Let's say, just type normal thing. So images. Let me say I want to reference this image. So let me download. Is it downloaded yet? Save image as. No. Davidson, do you still have a question, or is it from the previous one? Can still see your hands up?
Oh, sorry, it was based on this previous one.
Okay, just a moment. Just trying to. This one. Sorry, let me see who's at the door.
Alpha, you're welcome. You're welcome. That means, I just say, wait till you do that thing, pass, the meter when you put another washing machine. The fast president Boris, they make noise, and I haven't noise.
But about you, okay, I read in Katina, but Banyo, if you never.
Sorry, I got one training now. I go. Okay. Sorry, guys, I wanted to drop something with me. Okay, so where is that image? I wanted to just save this image, size as a reference. Print shot. Okay, so let's go back to Flow and let me upload that image. So what I'm just trying to bring up here is just for us to know that you can use @sign to reference anything and add it to your generation, and AI understands better. So I can say, so if we also go to Seedance as well. So this basically is one of the strengths of using Seedance 2.0. It gives you the option to add audio, add video, add text, add images, using the @sign as references. So you can just combine different things. Let's say you have a different setting or a different location, and you have a different character, you have a different item. You can add them together and combine them to one, and tell the AI to put everything together and make that person do that thing in that location and all that. So you'll be able to get that as the output. So it's doing this as an image, but let's see. So that's basically why I brought this up, because it's also important for us to understand some of these features, so you know how to get the best out of this AI agent. So reference control is important for us to be able to combine different things together. Okay, so the fourth one is custom GPT, which is what I wanted us to create. Because if you have either a custom GPT or a project, whichever AI tool you're using, create something like that. You don't need to write too much. You can just tell it, give it a simple prompt, and based on what it already understood about or from your custom GPT, it can create the best out with you. So we'll build exactly this later towards the end of the session. Let me just skip to the next one. So for the pipeline, this is also very important. If you're creating, if you want to get the best creation, best video generation, you need to have this pipeline. You need to have your script, you need to have your storyboard, you need to have the audio, and you need to generate and assemble the whole thing together. So the storyboard also is a very important one because it brings different angle or different story. It makes the AI get a consistent character of what you're talking about. So most times you can just generate an image with that character you want to use, and you tell the same image generation AI to also convert that into a storyboard, giving it the story of what you want it to, how it wanted to appear, this different settings, different camera angle and all that. So once you have that storyboard, it's a lot easier for the AI video generation to follow that storyboard and create what you want than just telling the AI that you want to create like a lady walking on the street, stopped somewhere or talk to somebody or said something. AI can create that. But if you give them a storyboard of how you want it to appear, the different sequence, AI follows that storyboard to the end and makes you get the best video generation. Okay, Fanny, go ahead, please.
Bro, Eric, good evening, everyone.
Just call me Eric. Eric is fine.
Bro, I may respect this one. I beg. I want to beg in the name of God the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Too fast?
No, not be too fast. I joined in about 10 to 15 minutes late. So I feel like I missed a very big part of our training. I am begging in the name of Heavenly Father. I beg. Can we get this video after the training? This particular training session. I don't want to miss a beat on this training. I don't want to miss anything at all.
Okay, but you're still in the session, Ashin.
I'm still in the session. I'm just begging ahead.
No, while as long as you're here, you're fine.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's for the pipeline. Now, somebody created something recently with AI, and when I looked at what the person created, it was looking very fine, but if you look deep down, that image looks very plastic, look like it's AI generated. And this is what most people try to avoid, what most people would like to avoid. If you notice these days, most of this platform try to cut down on AI generation, AI video generation, because of the always generate rubbish. So, but you need to understand how to avoid generating all those plastic looking images. So, first of all, if it is looking too smooth, like it looks like it's edited, so polished, it looks more like AI. If it's if the lighting is flat, it looks like AI. If the skin glossy and warpy geometry, so at times it could be the object or it could be the face. So that's why most people, they want to create like an image now of like, let's say, let me use UGC for example, user generated content. You want to create a video where you use like a model to advertise something or to talk about something. They always want to make the AI create that video of that model holding a phone, so looking like it's doing like a selfie video sort of, and making it look like an iPhone setting. So because if it looks very polished, people will know that this is AI. AI is always AI most times seems to be like the perfect wants to create things. So if your video is looking very perfect, people can easily tell that that's AI generated. If your image is looking very perfect, people can easily tell that that's AI generated. But if it's not looking perfect, if it's looking like it's like a normal iPhone video, not very clear and all that, it's be hard for people to tell. So that is one thing we need to also fix when generating images and videos as well. So, okay, let's look at this. So bad prompts versus good prompts. A beautiful woman in the city at night, hyper-realistic, 8K, ultra-detailed, cinematic masterpiece, Unreal Engine. So in some people, having this type of prompts, to them, they will seem like this is very good prompt because you included some things, the scene, the type of quality, the picture quality and all that. But this Unreal Engine make it look like a game, make it look like it's too polished. to be a normal image creation. But if you use something like this, 35 mm film, shallow depth of field, medium close-up of a woman in a wool coat under a neon sign, the only light source, that's the neon sign, light drizzle, breadth visible, natural skin texture, subtle film grain and halation, slow handheld push in, grounded physics. So this not just explain the camera angle, it also explain the type of camera lens that it should use, which is what most people use in like snapping picture for like wedding or events. It also explains the type of lighting that should be in the scene. It also explains what the surrounding should look like and all that, grounded physics. So named light source stabilizes shadows. Film grain plus halation kill the gloss. Handheld plus physics adds real weight to it. So if it's handheld image, that means it's like selfie. So it adds more weight to it. So let's even try both of them and see. Should I do it here? Should I do... Let's even do this. So this, do I need to add reference? I don't want to add reference image. Let me do it here. You know what? Let me use, this is just image. Let me use an normal flow image to do this. Create an image. And where is the second one? So let me use another generation. Let me use ChatGPT. I know the last time we tested both, we didn't really come to a conclusion of which is better, Nano Banana or GPT 2.0. So we didn't really come to a conclusion of which of them is better at the moment in terms of image generation. So, but let me do this. Approved. So basically, this is how you get a very good shot that does not look plastic sort of, or does not look too polished like an AI generated image. And let's move to the next one. So the anti-plastic cheat sheet, film stock plus grain, 35 mm, Kodak Portra, celluloid, subtle halation. So basically these are things you need to put into consideration if you're writing the prompt. So once the AI have all this information, AI will treat it like a natural, like a normal human being taking a photo or taking a picture. It won't treat it like it should be polished or it should look like classy. So these are things we should try to avoid. I know before now, when all this image generation was still at the early stages, hyper-realistic used to be a very good thing that people always put in their image generation so that it look very real, look like it's real human beings. They always add 4K and ultra detailed masterpiece. So all these things used to be very good then. But now, because of people are beginning to understand what AI can do, now most people find it hard to be able to accept some of these type of images or videos. So that's why the whole thing is turning around. People don't want to make it look so ultra realistic anymore. Just make it look normal, make it look natural, like normal human being and taking photo or taking creating video. So it doesn't look too polished. So that's how you'll be able to avoid some of these AI slop generations. Okay, so we need to also run this prompt as well. Let me copy and let's see. Not able to generate the image because the image to resume. Had a bit what was happening. Try again, I think. So what of the other one? Davidson, I have a question. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Based on what you are saying about this image generation, what about giving any of the model, maybe ChatGPT or anyone you are using, the instruction to always use this one while generating the image, so that will not be going back to it over or whenever you are trying to generate image. Maybe you're writing the prompt and ask it to save it in the memory and always use it, follow this step while generating the image, so that even if you make it,
you still be able to get this from, still be able to get the same thing. Yeah, you know that's the reason why I said that we'll also look at custom instruction, creating custom instruction. So once you have a custom instruction set for the AI, it follows that instruction. So we'll also do that. I think I have it somewhere. Let me see. And I saved that in somewhere, but I'll look for it. So once you have that custom instruction, you just give it your simple prompt, a natural language prompt, and it's able to follow that instruction and create that image for you the way you want it. So we have that, which is something we'll also look at before the end of this session. So this is the image I generated. And we can see the details, the smoke, the lighting, and all that. So this doesn't look too polished, sort of. It looks a bit more natural. And so I can even zoom. Zooming is not zooming. So it looks more natural compared to the one that looks flashy, that looks like the face is so polished with makeup and all that. So it's more, it's look more real, like what a normal human being can take on the street of maybe Tokyo or Japan, something like that. So it's important for us to understand this prompting, and in case we want to give it, okay, let's say this one as well. Now let me compare both of them, this one and this. Which of them do we think looks more real? Because if I'm looking at
this one looks more real.
This one,
not this one, the other one.
This other one.
This one looks more real to me.
But this one also looks.
Look at her face. Looks very real, yeah.
Yeah, look at her face. Look at the hair.
Yeah, this one looks real to me.
Yeah, even with
the hair is not perfect on this one. It looks real.
Even with the makeup, it does not look like it's polished. It's looking like a natural, like a real makeup.
It looks very real.
Both of them are. Both of them looks fake.
This one is okay, but it's not as real as the other one.
This one is okay, but I feel like if you see it, you can guess that there's some AI touch to this one, but that other one is very real. Some like Hollywood shots, Hollywood camera angle shots.
Yeah.
The other one, the full picture. And this one now, the girl is floating somehow. She's not blending.
Anyway, that does not blend, Shane.
She's floating. You see that like they picked her and put there.
That's another thing. Does not look like she's in the scene originally. Like they inserted her into the scene.
And this one looks very.
Anyway, the whole idea is just for us to be able to differentiate the type of prompting you give to AI. I think where we got this from was this. Man.
So, Eric, can you go back to the last picture? There's something I just observed. This one.
Yeah.
So this one looks very real. The reflection of this light with the girls is on her skin, on her coat. So it makes it look on her face, her skin, her coat. The light reflects, so it feels like she's actually in that location.
Yeah. even her hair as well. Anyway, that's just one thing that we get from good prompting. If not, most of the generation would look. Some people might not be able to differentiate because there are some people that still can't tell if it's looking if it's plastic sort of, or if it's AI generated or not. Some might still see it as, okay, this is very good. We can use this, and I can go ahead and animate this. But people that knows well, if they look at it, they can tell that there's difference. This other one as well. I think this one looks a bit real.
This is realer. If there's a word like that.
Yeah.
That is real.
This one looks a bit better. Even on this this iron handle, it shows some reflection from light. And anyway, the bottom line is just that if you want to create a prompt, it's important for you to, okay, like I said before now, this is what people used to see as good prompts. And then you'll get something like this, which is very good. You get something like this, nobody can tell if it's looking like AI. But nowadays, most people can tell that this is AI generated compared to how they will see this. So that's just the reason why we should have that into consideration when we're creating our images for our video. Anyway, all this will be included in the instructions for us to give to AI to create our custom instruction for us. So let's see. Let's also see this one as well. So let's generate one now. First. Instruction. Stop, you will not tell me that there's an issue again. Okay, so let's just proceed. So this is what we've been talking about. It's important for you to have the image first. If you want to get a perfect shot, a perfect video, have the image generated either using Nano Banana or GPT image. Then make sure you get that character consistency created, lock the identity, then animate it. That's how you get the best generation. Yes, you can use just text to go straight to your video and generate your video, but it's better if you're using images first to get them a better look and a better feel of what you're creating, which is also very important. So let's see this to anchor. So this is basically how you build your reference image. Close-up portrait of a 35 years old fisherman by. So let's just do this one as well as our reference image. Then we'll look at. Let's try to put a list of images. What's wrong? Here's another option, Gemini.
Sorry, Eric, which platform was that you wanted to, you moved from now? The platform that was generating the error message?
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like using, I think, although the image is more like what you get from Nano Banana, but I think I like ChatGPT better.
Yeah, I like ChatGPT. They are really doing great too.
Yeah. So I don't know if I copy text, paste it appears as image. I now have to write what I need them to do again. I need to restart my system. So that's the disadvantage of having your AI agent installed on your system, on your laptop, because you won't want to shut down your system. You want to leave it always on. If not, your agent will not work. So that's the problem, because I hardly shut down my laptop because I just want it to always stay on. So my agent will always respond. Now look at this. ultra realistic. Fine, go ahead, please.
Is there an alternative? Because since I installed Hermes, even if I'm at work, my laptop is always on. In fact, there's a standing order in my house now. Anybody that shuts down the laptop will go and look for another house. So is there an alternative?
And not because of it needs to always stay on. You need like either like a server, something that can always power it on. So if you don't want to use your laptop, then you have to either use a VPS. Either you have to pay for a VPS to use your server. So that's just the other alternative. Like if not, keep your laptop on as it's free for you to use.
Yeah, no,
so that's what I do. Once in a while, I just restart my laptop and it comes back up again. But I hardly turn off my laptop. So this is one of the generation, and this also looks very good as well. No, they are not the same. And if I also go to what Gemini created. So now we can use this as a reference image because this follows all the instruction we gave it. It looks very, very real. This looks like something from a movie. Very, very realistic because of the type of prompt we gave to it. And let's see. One thing we can also do, you can change the setting, you can change the camera angle. You can play around with this because this says cinematic look 500 mm. We can change it to 50 mm. We can change it to 33 mm lens. We can change it to different lens. We can even change the view. And make sure that you always include this at the end. No plastic skin, textured skin, photorealistic, shallow depth of field. So there's also what they call negative prompting. And this is also part of it. Before now, what they used to do is that if you're writing a prompt for image generation, you also include negative prompting to it. So the negative prompting tell the AI what not to include, what to avoid while generating the video or the image for you. So, but now you can include everything inside the image and you get exactly what you want. So I'll just run through all this because we'll still create this instruction to give to our agent. So this is another reference style if we want to create an image as well. Let me also see what this looks like. So let me use this, seems to be faster. So that's another problem with creating these images on Gemini because you don't get the option to select aspect ratio. Let me see if I can tell it to create the image and make it 9:16. Let me see if it will adhere to that instruction. So let's see what next we have here. Character consistency. So that is it. And so this is basically if you want to, when you want to create the consistent character, if you want to create like a shot of one character in all your frames. So you use this prompt for that, for the AI to get exactly that. And you can turn one image into to show in different lenses, different camera angles. Wide establishment, medium to short, close-up shot. So all these shots are also important for us to get the cinematic feel of what we want the image to look like. So it's using the attached character, generate the same person in a low angle hero shot on the same street, identical face, hair wardrobe. So let's take this. Let's go back to Gemini. I'm having a hard time bringing your request. Can I? And there's all this. Try again. Let's try GPT. Okay, let's use this on this. I just think copying as image.
Maybe you need to restart your laptop now.
If I restart now, that means we have to restart this class. We have to log out and log back into this session. Okay, no, let me just restart. I'll come back and join you guys here now. So at least we know that we avoid all this error that we're getting.
Okay.
But let's just wait for this. Let me just wait for this to finish since it seems like it's working now. Setting the scene.
You don't need to restart. It's the way you're copying it. That's why it's copying as an image.
Is it not copy that I'm copying? Is there another way to do copy? It's not Control C that is generally used as copy. It's Control C now. It's the same Control C that I'm doing. Let me do Control paste again. See the same thing. The same Control C.
Or you could just continue after the class. You maybe do and record and send to the group.
Do a record and send to the group. What of those that wants to ask questions during the class? They won't be able to ask why if I send recorded.
That's true.
Let me see if Gemini works. Okay, no, what? Let me just quickly restart. It should be like about 1 minute or 2 minutes. Let me just quickly restart. Less than 2 minutes, just to restart sharp. And I'm sure it will be fixed after I restart my system. I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Okay, I think I'm back. Sorry guys for the break in transmission. I think everything should be sorted out now. Let me just jump back and start sharing my screen. And if it still continues like that, that means there's a problem. I doubt that. I think it should be fine now. So let's do a test run. Where's my... Let me do... Let me just copy and let's see if I'll still get that same rubbish. Where was I? Let me go back to ChatGPT. So over to this screen. So where was the image? Image generation. So now let's do Control V. And it's still the same thing. Anyway, I'll sort it out later. Let's just continue like that. I don't know why it's happening as the image. Go back to this.
Yeah. Sorry. Can you ask your Claude or Codex to sort out that hanging matter?
I'll ask you, but it won't be in this session because it will be
Okay.
dragging. I'll sort it out later. Okay. You can still work around it. So that was my trying to put some tap on. Anyway, let's just proceed. So what I want us to do is to, where is that page? Let's create that custom GPT before I forget. So this is the instruction. I just copy everything and put it on the chat. Hope it won't be copied as an image. Let's see. I'm not sure everything entered. Permission.
Wouldn't it be better to just share the link to the government?
Yeah, just about saying that. Let me just do that. I think it's better. Let me type it first. So just install that. Here. Somebody will go and edit it now. So let me share, copy. So what I usually do is that if you can follow along, what I usually do is that I like having it as a downloaded file. So that way it will be a lot easier for me to attach, because you might not be able to add all this inside the prompt. So I'll just download this as a Microsoft Word document and save it where I can locate it. Then I'll go back to, you can either use ChatGPT or you can use Claude. But let me just go through the both processes. So ChatGPT, you can do it as a project or you can do it as custom GPT. If you want to do it as custom GPT, you come to create GPT. So you add the title, add description, and attach the file. So if we go back to that file, so let's copy the title. This is the title. Add description. I just copied this as the description. Too long, so let me reduce some text. Then you can copy the whole thing. Sorry guys, let me close my window. I don't know what to do. Okay, so you can paste the whole thing here and see if it takes. So now this is the reason why I like saving it as a Word document, because it does not fit into this box for me to paste everything. So but because I've already downloaded this as a document, I'll just upload it and add. And from here, I can just take out some things. Let's see, still too much. Let's take out some more things. Okay, so now that's fine. Then just upload any image you want. Give it access to search, canvas, image generation. So you don't need code interpreter or data analysis. So that's fine. So once you have this, you just go ahead. You can even test it here to see how it works. And let's just run a test. Let's go back to our presentation. Let's say I want to rewrite this prompt. So now what is instruction? If you look at this instruction, let me just go back to it while we are waiting for this to generate. Now this instruction, what it does is it gives the option for generating prompts for either Seedance 2.0, for Kling 3.0, and also for Omni, that's Gemini 3.1. So once it goes through your prompts, it knows exactly where you want the image, or what kind of image you want, or what kind of generation you want, and it uses the best one out of the three to generate. So it selects the model-specific output. So now it has given the type of output that is best for Seedance 2.0. So if it wants to generate output for Seedance 2.0, it must follow this pattern to get the best out of Seedance. If it wants to generate for Kling 3.0, it must follow this pattern to get the best out of Kling, and also View 3.1 as well. And there's also an example for it to follow. And there's also an option for character consistency. If you want it to also generate consistent character for you, it has also the instruction on how to do it and make it better. Also, if you want for storyboard, you want it to also create a storyboard for you, it also has that instruction as well. So this basically generates everything for you. And also the output format, it can either output it as JSON or a normal prompt. But most times it will ask you, okay, which format do you want it to output it on? If you want it as JSON to get the best, then it will output it as a format to get the best out of it. Okay, I thought I dropped the link. Let's see. Let me drop it again. Okay, so that gives you the different format on how it would look. So let's go back. So now it picks Seedance photorealistic live action reference image. It's useful for, gives you the reason why it's picking Seedance, and also the prompt for it to generate the still image, and how to generate video from that image. And also it gives you the option to generate character consistency. So you can just continue with it and say, okay, I want consistent character. And let me just even say, generate the image. Then we proceed. So because of this is using it on ChatGPT, it has the option to generate image. So you can also do everything as well here. But if you want to use it on Claude, for instance, let me bring Claude over to this. If you want to use it on Claude, for instance, what you would need to do would be to create a project for it. You click on project, you click new project, you give it a title. What is that title again? You give it a title, you add some description to it. And you create your project. So once your project is created, then you can attach your file, or you can add your instruction. If you want to copy and paste the instruction, you can copy and paste it here. Or if you want to, either you copy and paste the instruction here, or you attach the file. So I prefer to always attach the file. Upload from this device, download. So now I have it on Claude. I can use it on Claude as well. And I can also use it on GPT. So now this is the image that's created. Now let's also continue with this. This image, generated from side full image. Yes. Let's proceed. Yes. The reason why I like this prompt is that it has the instruction it has instructed the AI on the process of before you create a video. So first of all, you need to create a still image. Then after creating a still image, it will ask if you want to create a consistent character. Then you create the consistent character from it. And also if you want to create a storyboard, give it a story and ask to create a storyboard. So it will follow that same pattern and give you that consistency on all your generation. So that's the reason why this prompt is also very good if you want to use it as your instruction to your AI. So now we have it here. Basically, if you have this already, just copy your prompt, whatever you want to create, copy and paste. Then you start generating your images and your videos from here. So that's the first step. And let's go back to Flow. So for those that have been using Flow, I know you must have seen that they have option to generate characters, scenes, and you can also there's also option for avatar, for you to add yourself to it. But I think that's not available in the UK, Nigeria, and some other countries. But if you use a VPS, you should be able to have it. If you use a VPN for US, you can have the option to add yourself as well to it. So now it has given us consistent image look. So with this, we can create different flow, different scenes with this particular image, having a consistent character with it. So let's see. Now, can you Storyboard. Okay. Okay, now. So this is just the process of before you create the video. If you have everything created this way, there is no way there will be an issue or mistake in your generation. You have more like a sequential flow of events, and at the same time with the same face, the same character, the same looks. Everything will stay consistent from start to finish. So once it gives us that, we'll go back to flow to generate the video with it. So for flow, I like using this agent option. You can do without the agent, but I like using the agent so I can instruct it on I'll see what the generation like. Because at times you might want to give it an image to generate a particular workflow for you, and it wants to use like different scenes to take more credit. But if you know that this should be something in one scene, you can always instruct it not to continue with the generation. So that's why most times I like using the agent. So the agent understands what I'm trying to do, and it asks me some question before it goes ahead to create whatever I'm asking it to create. Can also give it an instruction. So let's say the image. Once the image is finished, now it has given us a reference image. Now let's download the reference image. Reference. So let's go back. Let me attach the image, upload. So let's just wait for this to come up. So once that is up, now I can decide to add it from here, or I can use that same @ sign and just put it. Paste. So let's just wait for it to generate. Let's go back to Gemini. And another thing about this prompt is that you can use it, or that instruction, you can use it for different type of image style. If you want to create a 3D pixel, claymation, animation, stickman, any type of style you want, that's already been included in the instruction. So, and it follows the right process. It does not give you a plastic image. So we've already done this. Now, these are some ways that people make money using AI video. AI UGC ad agency, faceless YouTube, TikTok shops, product demo videos, corporate explainers, music videos, viral short form, Fiverr, and even Upwork, and also teaching people as well. So basically, there are different options, different opportunities once you know how to create video using AI. But what most people focus on is faceless on YouTube, because that's more like the easiest way for you to be able to get that or join that YouTube partner program to start making money from their AdSense. But the problem is that YouTube now is really cutting down on most of these AI videos, AI generated content. And they believe that most people don't really put in effort to add to what they are generating. They just create things using AI. And if your content is not really adding value to people, or your content is, like they say, inauthentic content, or your content is somebody else's thing and you just copy and just added some few things to it, they might just either demonetize if you're already monetized, or you won't be able to get that monetization. So that's just the problem with it. But the only way to avoid that issue with YouTube is for you to make sure that you add your own human touch to whatever kind of video you're creating. Even if you want to use Claude, for instance, to automate the whole process for you, you still need to add some options, some editing to it, and also make sure what you're creating is something that adds value to people, not just creating random videos or creating like I know when we see most of these videos of funny cat videos, cats doing different things, cats cooking and all that. So most of those things, most of this kind of videos, they believe that AI is just mass producing them. So they are cutting down on most of this kind of videos. If your content does not really add value, it will be hard for you to be able to go through that process. The storyboard image is attached. Okay, so let's see if it's going to see the storyboard and use it to create. I can just do this one now. This is it. Okay, let's see. So does anybody have any question? So now this is the reason why I like using this agent part, because it asks you for an approval. In some cases, it want to generate like more than one scene for something that you can just do on one scene. And if you're generating more than one scene, you'll be paying more than that, or you'll be using more credits. So this should be just one scene generation, and it asks me if I wanted to proceed. So I'll just approve that. And if I cancel, then it can go ahead and do other things to it and stop it. Yes, if I please go ahead. If you're talking, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
No.
So you were saying, if I get you, authenticity and originality is part of the reasons why YouTube demonetizes a YouTube channel or never monetizes a YouTube channel. So if you, and then you're recommending adding a human touch to whatever automation AI is running with for you. So for instance, I'm thinking if you have an idea for a consistent maybe story series, the material is in your head, you can generate items that would make up short clips of series. Would that be able to fly? Maybe make multiple series, about 40 to 50 different clips of a series in about a few minutes or all that. Just I'm just thinking out. I'm thinking in line of what you said.
Yes, it should be. It should be able to work, because your series basically is either teaching people something or showing people how to do things, or as long as you're informing people of something, or you're letting people learn something new, or at the end of the video, people will be like, okay, I've gotten something new from this video, or I've enjoyed watching this video, or it has really entertained me. So that shouldn't be as inauthentic.
Okay. Just even if it's on the creative.
Even if
I'm thinking, even if it's on the creative side, folktale or just a creative storyline.
all those ones are very, very fine. I think what they are focusing on are just like all those either for instance you copy somebody's video to recreate their video or to repost their video, adding small things to it. That one is not original. Or you're just doing like adding like different animation together that does not really tell a story, or just maybe just to make people laugh. You just do some funny things, or funny animals, or funny all those type of things. Does not really they don't really see those things as authentic. What they are really focusing on is what can add value to people, because people are really complaining, especially most of all these creators that show them their faces, like all these very popular creators. For instance, someone like Mr. Beast. So people like that, they believe that if YouTube continues to allow AI slop videos, people like them will not have the opportunity to create more video. All those ones to take over and people start watching those kind of videos. So they want YouTube to really focus on people that add value to it. YouTube is not saying that you should not create faceless, but if you're creating faceless, let it add value and let it be your own original idea, and also let it be something that you had an input in, not just something you just randomly generated with AI. So that's just basically it. That
makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah, some people, I know somebody was telling me that they don't care, or that they will just follow the money sharp. You can create those go into all those type of content, and sharp you get monetized and you start making money, but that might not really last a very long time, because they have their own strong AI that monitors all those things. And the problem now is that YouTube AI does not really look at your video very well to understand what exactly you. So what they focus on now, if they see, for instance, your video has a similar pattern, or more like there's this particular channel. This channel used to talk about, there's a long form video, they create long form videos. So they talk about how to help people fall asleep faster. I can't remember the name of this channel. So what they do is that they have different slides talking about ancient stories, all those olden day stories about with a deep voice that will help people to sleep, and they use just like a fire effect to make it sound like a burning fire, so it can help people sleep faster. So their videos are always 2 hours, 3 hours long. So these guys are actually making so much money from YouTube. But recently, YouTube deleted the channel, because they believe that they are seeing the same pattern. It's just like a slideshow. The videos are not animated. It's just different slideshows coming in at every second. Different slideshow comes in, and most of their thumbnails are always the same thing, like repeated. How to help you sleep faster. How to help you sleep faster in the medieval era. So something like that, just like repeated things. And the AI will see it as a repeated content, like you're not adding anything new to it. You're just doing something random, or something similar to what you've been doing from beginning. So that's another thing they look at. So if you're always adding different touches to it, you're making sure that what you're doing today is not like you can do something similar or true, but also add some editing to it, because the AI might see what you're doing as the same thing, like repetition. You might not really see it as, okay, you added the different value to it, because of they all look alike. They'll believe that it's a mass production. So these are some of the things that the AI look at before they monetize your video. So that's another thing we should also have in mind if we want to go into it. So yeah, in the app reference bird. Okay, so now look, basically what we've been looking at is just the regular way, manual way of doing all these things. if you want to take this to the next level and you want to try it with Higgsfield, like for instance, me, I usually like doing things like automating things. I believe that it's easier for me. So what I usually do is that what I do and what some people also do if you want to try it is to connect Higgsfield to Claude. So once you connect both of them, you can just instruct Claude to do everything for you. So what it will do basically, it will help you generate image, generate video, put the video together, and give you the final MP4 production. So for you to be able to do that, you need to first of all come to MCP. Yes, I'm going to close that kitchen door. So you need to be able to connect it to their MCP. They recommended it's best to use the CLI. So you can use the CLI or you can use the MCP. But it's better to use the CLI because with CLI, you can use it on different agents. You can even use it on your Hermes, you can use it on your Cloud Code or your Codex. So first of all, you need to copy this and you need to open your terminal. Open your terminal, then you run this on your terminal. After running this, you come to sign in. You run this as well on your terminal, and you run the skills. So once you run this sign in, it will bring out a pop-up window for you to sign into your Higgsfield account. So you just have to create an account with Higgsfield and add the skills. So once you've done that, your Claude will be connected to Higgsfield. I just asked, you connected to the Higgsfield platform. So once you have your Claude connected, you just have to you can do everything about your video image generation here. So to say, yes, I'm connected to Higgsfield, I can generate images, video through it, browse your past generation, manage your sole characters, reference elements, run and market studio, personal clipper tools, check your credit balance, and a few other things. For me to pull up your current balance, I've never added money to it. So, but if you want to really generate video, you need to add some credits to it. And if we go back to Higgsfield, so the pricing, I think it starts from about $15. So $15, you can generate, I'm not sure how many videos you can generate because it costs much for you to generate with video. But the whole idea is just for the whole process to be seamless for you. I can say generate, let me just look for, let me go back to our presentation and see if I can look for an example. I can just say generate, let's say, please use this. Please use this prompt. Below. So let's see what it comes up with. So you can just give it every instruction you want from Claude, and it automatically connects itself to Higgsfield and generate everything for you from start to finish. So this reads as a video prompt, motion graphics. So basically it has a prompt, and let's see if I can, okay, always allow. Now it's connecting to Higgsfield to create the video. And I'm not sure this will go because I know I've not added money to my Higgsfield account, but let me see what it comes up with in my prompt later on. Use the, so if we go back to this, So this one now, because of that's the problem with Google. There's some kind of prompt you put, they won't be able to generate video because of they'll say it violating their terms and conditions or their privacy policy. So let me give it that same prompt. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so it is giving me the option for me to go and subscribe to them. But the reason why I don't want to add any credits to this because I've not really seen any need for me to use it on Cloud. I don't really generate video that much to warrant me wanting to use it. If I create content that I say, okay, I want to run on autopilot, then I can do it from here, subscribe, and it goes ahead to do that to me. But because if I still have the option to use Google View 3.1, and I can also still use Seedance from here as well. So I just feel like there's no need for me to go and do that, which basically will just me. Now let's see if this one generated what really makes sense. So basically, this will not give you exactly what 2.0 will give you. So that's the difference between using a lower model than 2.0. Now it is supposed to take this storyboard one at a time to generate different things. But now I don't even understand what it did so far. Now, because we're using this 1.5, but if you use 2.0, I think you'll get a much more better quality. But I think for this, I'm not sure I still have token to use for 2.0. So I'm not sure I still have token to use for this, but let me try it again. Now, the other option would be, let me go to Key AI. So let's use Key AI. So if I just remove all these images, add my own reference image. Reference image, and please create the video using the attach. So let's see, 9:16. Hope I still have credit here as well. I'm not logged in before. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see what this comes up with. Let's go back to flow. New generation. Reference image. We'll try again. Okay, so let's select the image. Use the reference. Storyboards. Seconds. Region. Hope this will not be against the policy. So now, if I go back to this image, let me actually show us something else that this can do. So basically, we can still edit this image. You change. I just say, please change. Please make So that's one other feature that this Google Omni has. You can edit your video, you can change things already inside the video. And you can also attach a video, edit the video from here, change maybe the background, change whatever the person is looking at, wearing, what they're holding, make it look different from what it is originally. And you can also still add other things to it. You can attach other references from here, add to the video. And you can create different videos and add them together from here, from their studio, making it look like a long video, like a continuation shot. So that's one other option that this has. You can also still do that with Seedance as well. But just that most people prefer this because this is cheaper to run compared to Seedance. But Seedance gives you a better picture quality when it comes to like action scenes, high intense motions, all those things. You get better quality from Seedance. But if it's something that is very like it's not so high intense, you can also use View, and View will give you a good quality as well. So these are some of the differences they have. But let's see if this can generate that storyboard for us. So that is it. Let's see. So for those, if you want to automate this whole process and you want to subscribe to Higgsfeed, it will make your life a whole lot easier. You just tell it to do the whole thing for you. They already have the skills. It has the skills to generate a very good prompt for the image. It has the skills to generate the image that matches all the features that Seedance asks for, Seedance would want. So it will follow all that skills to give you the best from what they generate. So that is that. So now it has edited the image from the guy wearing tie and shirt to the guy wearing t-shirt. Now, if you remember this first image, the guy was trying to like lose his tie. So let me see what he would do here since he's not wearing tie here. Okay, so this still did the same thing, but it still looks better. So with this, you can add different, you can edit it, change it to different style, change it to whatever style you want. And you can also add another scene if you want another clip to it, if you want to add different videos together. So that's an option. What I would suggest, if I go back to this, if you want to, let's say you want to look at any of this, if you want to create a UGC, you can use View 3.1 to create a UGC because it does not have like high intake motion graphics or motion intakes. So it will be a lot better than using Seedance. Seedance is also very good, but because of it is not as expensive as Seedance, it is best to use View 3 for something like this. You can use it for faceless, you can use it for TikTok shop, product demo, explainer as well. viral shots, Seedance will be a lot better because Seedance has different options for you to use different motion graphics, different camera angles. So it will be better for viral shots. And yeah, I think any of these ones, you can use View 3.1 for them because it's cheaper. But anything that you know that really will really stress the model to take some different angle, different fighting scene or different motion scenes, it's a lot better to use Seedance for that. So let's see if other video. Okay, so now let's see this video. Now we say this looks a lot better compared to what we got from this other one. From this other one, which is 1 point Seedance, I think Seedance 1.5. 1.5. This is a lot better. So that's why I say that if you have scenes like this with your custom instruction, you've created an image. You've created a consistent character of that image. You've created a storyboard of that image. Then you take that storyboard to Seedance to create the video. The character remained consistent. Everything about it still look as it should be. So this is how you get the best. Seedance is very good in things like this. But View, I was not able to get the output from View because of it complaining about violation of their policy and all that. Let me still try again and see if it can give me anything. See, I can't generate 15-second video as the maximum duration is 10. Would you like me to generate 10 seconds? Okay. Create a 10 seconds then. So now let's see if it's able to do this. So, but with this, you get the best out of any kind of movie you're creating or any kind of video you want to create. But if you don't do it with this process, let's say you just give it a prompt to say, create a video of this lady walking into this building, writing on the paper and doing all those things. You might not get that consistency in the image or the character. But if you do something like this, you'll be rest assured that you're getting that consistency. So I think this has given us what we want. Let me just create that. So anyone with the link and then add an image to this. Let me just say load an image. Yeah, Davidson, go ahead, please.
Sorry, I was thinking, would it be possible if I just take my face image and upload and ask it to use that face to create a complete image sequence?
Of course, you can do that. Of course, you can do that, but at times it might not really give you that exact look. Might not give you that exact look, but you can also still do that. I'll try that shortly. Let me just select complete this. I think this is fine. Just send it in. Anyway, it's not necessary. Let me just create it. So yes, you can do that with your image. But it's always best if it's an image you like, took a picture of yourself and give it that picture. Let me try it with, if I have any image that I can use. Let me add photo. Let me see. It looks like an MP4 file. Let me remove it. Let me look for an image. Let me just go and look for any image of. I want an image of myself. Because at times with all this AI, they might give you that, but most times they won't give you, you won't get exactly your face. You won't get exactly the face of that image you want. They'll end up changing it or adding some other things to it. So it might not really look exactly like you. Let me see if I can find, let me use this one. I want you to go shots. Consistent character. Let's see. So let's go back to. Let's hope that this is going to generate this video without complaining about policy violation. Fortunately, it does not. So I don't understand what is there that violating. I don't understand what is in that image. Is it because of the plants or what? Anyway, let's go back to, let's see what this comes up with. Let's see if we missed anything here. Okay. Static anchor shell, the rented rights, convertible idle, acquired desired gas station, in the car from red to it may be add a slow pushing max effect. So let's also look at this. Convertible angles and thing is bad. So it's not a different angle. Okay, I said different angle. These are different angles. Angles. This thing. Image. So so let's see how far with this. And so basically that's just everything I think we should look at. So for this, I wanted to create this shot and also edit it using Flow. Let me go to Flow. And then that's right. So does anybody have any question as regards everything we've talked about so far? For the instruction, you can create it either on Cloud Code or you can create it on using ChatGPT, whichever one works best for you. But I think the reason why I would prefer to use ChatGPT is because so the thing that is that at times it might not really look like you. So from here, so what you do is that once you've gotten your consistent character image, you can click on it and then ask it to edit if it's not fine, or you can say continue from here. Create a storyboard. Okay. Jesus 3. Okay. So you can create a storyboard with it from here. You can generate an image as well. Share the video of the vintage rest and make sure to hide demands and review this. When they start doing high demand again here. Let's see. Let's try again. Okay, so basically that just more like everything so far. Once you're able to go through everything we've discussed so far, and with that instruction, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to generate the best prompts and get the best image. One thing we should always have in mind is that it's better for you to first of all have an image generation. From the image generation, you create a storyboard. From the storyboard, you create the video. So that's how you get the best quality. And from what we've seen so far, Seedance 2.0 seems to be a lot better when it comes to understanding storyboards. We've not been able to get anything out from Google because of their policy. So, but let's see if anything comes out from here. But with Seedance, just on the first prompt, we got this. So it is something that you can always, you should have in mind. And with this, you can always add video. If you want to add video as a reference, you can add video. You can add audio as a reference. Let's say if you want to use your own voice or a recorded voice, you can add it as a reference and it will use that voice in that video. If you want to have